Just don't play with us. Salted Nets.
Yeah.
The boys. Oh, fuck that. The theme song is fucked up. My thumb moved. It's a wrap. We not running that back. Yeah. I'm sorry.
We're not doing that again.
I know y'all didn't fire that up just to hear me laugh. Oh, you want to restart it?
No.
Because this is kind of gold now. I don't even know if we should restart it. Like,
we here now.
they behind the curtain on this one.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm not saying we're high because this is the basketball podcast, but I'm pretty sure it's well known that we're high. We got a lot on the docket today, man. Huh?
Off life.
Yeah, well, let me get some of that, nigga. All I've been smoking is this weed, nigga. I didn't know we had life in this motherfucker. Can I have a gram of that to take to the crib? I don't even want to smoke that with nobody. I want to
get that shit.
I want to take life to the face. Pause. I guess life is not a no. Pause. I don't think life is a guy.
Yo, man. Yeah, man. Be it.
Fuck.
Yo, man. Hear what the man said.
Yeah, man. Siata. Listen,
I'm saying more children pon him face to blood clot.
Yo. Now we getting too niche between the accent. Like, they don't understand what we saying.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. We got a lot on the docket today. Is it a make or break year for the Timberwolves? The Celtics are bringing in old players, and I'm going to be honest. I don't want this to turn into a rant, but it might have to. We got to keep Paul Pierce the fuck away from Jason Tatum. I am serious about that. Poor fucking Joel Embiid. More Ben Simmons hype. And we getting a Stewie versus Asia WNBA Finals. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's start at the top. Is this a make or break year for the Timberwolves? I feel like this feels...
I don't think so.
This feels like we're getting to the end of what we've been doing. I don't even know if I could put a finger pause. We're not doing that. I don't even know if I could put a finger on what we've been doing here. In Timberwolf land, I can kind of understand what's going on, but I mean, like, I don't know when one thing ends and another begins. As far as, like, I don't know when we can say we're officially taking this thing seriously or whatever it is the fuck that we're doing.
Yeah,
right.
I don't think it is because of how the league shifted around them.
But Cat is in that place in his career. It seems like he may be just willing to go all in and lean into this Timberwolves thing. Mm-hmm. But we are approaching a place with Cat, at least, where, like, it's reasonable to ask how much longer he's going to be with this franchise. I don't know who's going to sour on who first. Perhaps he sours on the franchise before they sour on him, vice versa. I just know that, all right, 9 years. We've done absolute diddly squat.
It should be him first. In my opinion.
Him first what?
It should be him winning out first before they even start thinking about getting him out of there because...
Well, he's got a little bit of that Damian Lillard thing going on where it's like when you can be feasibly... When you can mean to a franchise what those guys have the... Probably when you can mean more to this franchise than you can mean to damn near any other franchise in the league, historically, you kind of want to take that opportunity. Right? So I could say it feels like that's what's going on with him in the Timberwolves. Not that he doesn't like it there. I'm not trying to say that, but he's very clearly trying to cement himself in Timberwolf history, and I think he's done a great job of doing that. But we're at that crossroads where, like, at some point, Cat is going to be like old or getting old,
and it could be where the Timberwolves are trying to unload him while the talent is still good and get something back to try and build around Ant. You feel what I'm saying? Because Ant really, it's looking like Ant is really the future. For real. If we really want to talk about it.
And really he's on a different timeline than Cat.
Yeah, exactly. So, make or break, I would say no. I would say no. Because, like I said before,
when
the league shift, like, especially the West Coast.
When I say it's a make or break year, I mean for them with this core. Is it we have to make something shake or we have to dramatically change what we're doing?
Okay, then yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean more so. I feel like if there's not market success this year, something dramatic has to change, man.
Yeah, I mean, something dramatic already did change. the acquisition of Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like now we're gonna try. If we're really gonna build around Ant, right? If I'm the GM, I'm trying to build around Ant. I'm looking to get some of those draft picks back. You know what I mean? They gave a whole ton of those, and I'm assuming some like pick swaps or whatever. I'm trying to get a lot of those shits back. You feel what I'm saying? Let's try to unload Rudy if we can get anything for him right now, because if, him still being a defensive threat that he is, somebody's gonna want him. You know what I mean? Hopefully, get probably unload
But shit, you'll probably yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you trade Rudy and Cat? Maybe you blow it all up like that.
blow it all up.
See what type of valuable haul you can get,
and see what we could get to build around Ant. You know what I mean? Because Ant is looking like that generational type of talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we can, really focus and try to build something around his strengths and his weaknesses.
And listen, when it comes to Cat, I personally know I've spent a lot of time talking about his weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Cat is a phenomenal player, and will go somewhere and be a phenomenal player because he is one.
Exactly. Exactly.
Is he a generational talent? Maybe. I don't know what it is about him that makes me hesitate to think of him in those terms. But I mean, listen,
he's really good at his position.
Yeah, like maybe he's not in the upper echelon of generational talent, but I think he's a generational guy. Mm-hmm. And I think he definitely at least symbolizes where the league is right now. Mm-hmm. Right? As far as like just a difference. Like there's how much more different could you be than Cat and like Hakeem Olajuwon? Like, you know what I mean? Just
those guys are very different.
Yeah. Like it's just like he is so modern. Mm-hmm. And so what we think of now when we think of a lot of modern bigs, he hasn't played a lick of defense. And I think that's not. And I think that ain't the answer.
I think that's like where, the tiers kind of fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like he kind of drops down a level because on the defensive side he isn't as impactful, which is one of the, as you pointed out before, like that's one of the big reasons they went and acquired Rudy Gobert.
Because there might not be anything more valuable on defense than rim protection, like protecting the actual basket in terms of like not allowing 2-point conversions at the rim, or at least like affecting in a measurable way the percentage that teams shoot at the fucking rim. Mm-hmm. Like that is inherently incredibly valuable, right? As we know that the most valuable shots on the court are quite literally the 3-point shot and shots directly at the basket.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science, and Cat being a 7-footer, not providing that kind of means that you have to get it from somewhere. And the Timberwolves went balls to the wall. They got Rudy Gobert. What do you want?
For a whole lot. And got to take that contract now.
But you know what? Somebody was always going to have to. Rudy Gobert commanded so fucking much. Like, once he got the money he got, we know what that contract... We knew that contract was going to turn into a quote-unquote grenade, depending on how you look at it. Mm-hmm. It's not... Let's be thankful it's not a Russell Westbrook contract. Before. Let me stop saying that, because he's not on that contract anymore. Let's be happy it's not, like... You know what I mean? Like, let's just be happy he's still very productive, and we know that towards the end of Rudy Gobert's deal, it's not going to be valuable. Mm-hmm. We know that. But at the end of the day, we got to look at him for what he is. A high-impact defender. Can he score? No. Did they know that he couldn't score when they got him? Yes. Everybody and their moms know he can't score. This is one of the most disrespected players in the NBA. I watch Anthony Edwards and them disrespect him. They said Porzingis was the better rim protector than him. Just straight out loud. They don't like him. They don't fucking like that guy. You think they like him? I got news for you. They don't like him.
They hate him, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not even going to make too much of Anthony Edwards saying the paint be too clogged and shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
The paint be too clogged.
Shit, it do, nigga. You going to do something about that?
Come set this pick.
My boy?
Come set the screen, nigga.
Hey. But.
Screen and fade. Don't screen and roll.
The goddamn Celtics. Those crafty Massachusetts Michiganders are up to no good again.
What?
They brought in old players, and I like that. I like their mentality. that these younger guys can learn from these older niggas. Right? It seems like we're getting in a positive space right now. Everything about this is flowing. It's nice. There's continuity here. There's a real sense of continuity here. But you want to know what they didn't account for that I'm always here to account for? Mm. They got Paul Pierce in the mix.
Okay.
They got the truth involved.
Okay.
And you know the lie was out there giving advice to Jason Tatum and them.
Okay, so we're going to call him the truth first and then call him the lie?
I wanted them to know who I was talking about. I just wanted to keep Paul Pierce the fuck away from Jason Tatum.
Why?
Keep him as far away from Jason Tatum as we can.
Why?
Y'all don't need... Listen, I'm not even a Celtics guy like that. They handle real good on 2K, though. Mm-hmm. Real good. They do. Mm-hmm. I don't understand... Real good. They do. But I'm just saying... Why the fuck are you asking me why to keep Paul Pierce away from Jason Tatum?
Why?
You want to see Jason Tatum offering oral support?
He's not going to be like that.
At fucking poker tables.
He's not going to be on that. He's not going to be on that.
Yeah, if he stay far away from Paul Pierce.
Do I want Paul Pierce to pass down some of that knowledge that he has as far as basketball? Yeah. Yeah, I want him in that gym with them guys because Paul Pierce has been there before. You feel what I'm saying? Yes.
Paul Pierce been a lot of places before.
Come on, bro.
Listen, I'm not even. Listen, I'm not.
We're not going to diminish. We're not going to diminish an NBA championship.
We're not. But I'm not
going to diminish an NBA championship.
We're not going to diminish.
It's real hard to get one of those.
Yeah, we're not going to
diminish. A lot
diminish.
of the greats ain't get one.
We're not going to diminish the only NBA championship that Boston has won in like 30, 40 years.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not. I'm just saying we're not going to.
And we're not talking about Boston. We're talking about Paul Pierce and we're talking about Jason Tatum.
Yeah, that championship.
A lot of greats.
We can't.
A lot of greats that you respect have not gotten one. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right then.
A championship is not the end all be all.
Oh, what are these guys fighting for every single year?
Some of these niggas ain't fighting for that. Some of these niggas is just a virtue of the job. When you clock in,
you're right.
When you fucking clock in,
I actually cannot deny that.
Yeah.
Some of you niggas, it is a job.
When you clock in for the Orlando Magic, you're not trying to win a championship. No, I'm just saying. When you clock in for the Orlando Magic, you're not trying to win a championship. And I like what that team is trying to do. Yeah, but they're not competing for a championship, and they know that. Uh-huh. That's all I'm saying is like we like to say, listen, what are these guys fighting for? Some of these niggas is fighting to pay child support. Oh, now we don't like that? I'm telling the truth. Also, matter of fact, I'm going to keep this in the pocket because we got to finish about Paul Pierce. I just want Paul Pierce far away from Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum has missed the Eastern Conference Finals twice in his career, I think.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Some will call that a bad man. Some will call that a bad man. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know what Paul Pierce has to teach him. He knows he has to be better to win a championship than he's been. He knows that. Right. Is Paul Pierce going to teach him how? What is he going to teach him how to do? I think Jason Tatum. I'll take Jason Tatum.
Get over that obstacle.
Me personally, I'll take
whatever's in their way of going all the way.
What's the obstacle?
What do you mean?
Give me, fam. What's the obstacle? Not having Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen on your team? What the fuck? What you want me to do? Shout out to Paul Pierce collecting that Finals MVP. We love to see it. I'm not discounting that. I'm not.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to that boy. I just don't want Jason I just don't want it to rub off. I don't want it to rub off. And you know what it is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The whole thing about Paul Pierce, man. That whole fucking thing he's got going on.
You're talking about a bunch of off the court shit that I don't know what you're talking about.
It bleeds on. It does. It bleeds. No, it's like a stain. No. It bleeds. It's all over. You don't want to get that, and you don't even want that shit anywhere near you, dog. I'm trying to tell you. Bro. Keep the truth away from Jason Tatum, bro. Jason Tatum got a family, man. That nigga got something to fight for. He's trying to protect. And I just don't see where he could benefit from being around this loose cannon cop ass nigga, man. Don't nobody need this nigga around them, man.
You just sound like a hater.
I will take that.
I need you to not worry about what we doing, all right? We prepare for battle how we prepare for battle. And that's all I'm going to say. And you're not even putting no respect on Eddie House's name because Eddie House was in the house too. He was in the motherfucking building. You feel what I'm saying?
Shout out
Eddie House. They even had a friendly little, 3-point game and shit like that. That shit was fun. It was all for, you know what I mean, bro. It's for morale, bro. It's for morale, little wisdom. You know what I'm saying? All roll into one, man.
Okay.
Don't worry about what we doing over here, bro. You know what I mean? It's winning shit. Worry about your Nets and your Nuggets and your Lakers.
That's how we coming?
You know what I mean? And your Heat and the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? And whatever other team that you fucking love.
All
right.
Listen, I can't be mad at what you're saying because those your guys and you like them and shit. But I just wouldn't want Jason Tatum hanging around too much with Paul Pierce, and I'm hoping that that's not what's happening. I'm hoping that's not what's happening.
That's not what's happening.
Your man Joel Embiid find himself in these crazy situations where I start to feel kind of bad for son.
Why?
He's a really good he's a great MVP caliber, MVP winning player. Right? I believe Joel Embiid, I don't see why you wouldn't call him an all-time great.
Okay.
Like he's destined for the Hall of Fame. At this point, we're just playing for ballot. I would want Joel Embiid on my basketball team.
Kind of like how Team USA's wants him on theirs.
You got to do that every time. He said he's doing that shit for his son. Make some fucking noise. Love niggas' sons. Pause. You got to do shit for your sons, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
We support the babies. So does Joel Embiid. But Joel Embiid is the fucking... He's really... I love Joel Embiid's game. I really do. I love what he brings to a basketball team. And he can't win for losing, for lack of a better term. The man can't... He's got the Chris Paul thing going on where, like, it's like he gets understandably hurt, but in ways that impact his game at the worst moments. In the playoffs, typically, when his team needs him the most. And he still typically delivers, like, the best performance he can deliver. But it's just like, damn, this happens to you every time. It's starting to become a little bit of that. But also, like, he's not had the benefit of stability and great teammates. Where it's just like, okay, Ben Simmons was wonky, had some shit going on, and then, like, demanded to be ousted, and he was ousted. You could argue Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers may have had something to do with alienating him, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. That's what happened. So, okay, fine. We're not even, this is all after the whole process debacle, but we're not here to get into that can of worms. Then you get the Jimmy Butler thing. When you had the Jimmy Butler thing, this is before Ben Simmons left, but you had the Jimmy Butler thing, and that looked like it was working out well, and you had a great relationship with Jimmy Butler, and then, like, that falls apart, Jimmy Butler's out of there. Okay, cool.
They didn't want to pay him.
You get James Harden. It gets to the point where the James Harden, Joel Embiid pick and roll is the most effective play in basketball. That shit is done within a year. And granted, it's James Harden. Everything involving him is done within a year, but
nowadays, for sure.
And now James Harden is still on the team and is going to end up having to report to camp. And it's going to be this whole media frenzy because we all know James Harden likes to pull shenanigans when he's not feeling the team anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, it's.
I think for everything that you just said, though, is the reason why I don't feel bad. Because it's out of his control. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that is like semi in his control is the whole injury thing, but like it's even when he is hurt, like he's giving 30 and 10. You know what I mean? Like he's giving everything he can possibly give. Like his surrounding cast on and off the court just does not show up. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like,
and it just sucks when you're a player of that caliber. You want to see something more. You want to see a more sustained, successful recipe going on around him. You want to see more stability just because you know what that does for players. You know how much more exciting that makes the league. You know how much more competitive it makes the league when these players when like a player of this caliber gets to grow with other really good players and establish some continuity. And even if you shake shit up, when it's something of the magnitude of like, okay, we'll see what happens with Damian Lillard and Giannis, but like I'm sure no matter what happens, that like the content of Damian Lillard's character is just such where, like, I'm sure it will be much more graceful than what's going on in Philadelphia. Like, I'm sure the old college try will be given, and I don't expect Damian Lillard to be asking out next year. Right? I think at the very least he plays out his contract and then leaves. I don't know how much, like, if this is really successful, I don't know how much I see Damian Lillard, like, demanding a trade. And, like, for what it's worth, the Philadelphia situation was fairly successful. And, like, could stand to have been better this year. Right?
They can't get over that Boston hump.
I mean,
that's what it is, man. Every time.
Hey.
Every time. Gotta park them boys, man. What is it, 0-3? Jason Tatum against them in the offseason?
I don't know.
Yeah, like 0-3. Yeah.
So what you jacking? They can't fuck with y'all?
Oh, they never could. And I always told you that. You just never believed me. I always told you that they could never fuck with us. Could never. I
mean, Joel Embiid is like, and that's the sad part, is Joel Embiid is the best player in any series that involves y'all.
Right. And we smoked them every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Never fails. Look at that. As we're recording this right now, we have the little ticker at the bottom of the screen that shows scores. And what does that say? We just beat the 76ers. They can't fuck with us, bro.
It's the preseason.
And they still can't fuck with us. Preseason, season, off-season, postseason, whatever. Can't fuck with us.
You really think y'all the truth. Y'all better win a chip. Because my thing is, why do all this not to win?
We'll be there. We'll be there. I already told you that. We'll be there.
But if y'all aren't?
We will be there.
Okay. Will Jaylen Brown's left hand accompany y'all?
Absolutely.
So Jaylen Brown's left hand will be accompanying you guys to the finals.
Absolutely.
And you will win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Where that absolutely disappeared. Where did it go? You said absolutely, and then when I asked if you'll win a championship, you just said, mm-hmm. I'm wondering if there was anything deeper there. If there was like is that linked to anything? Was there like a reason that you didn't give me the same gusto that you gave me with the
I just believe in jinxes. Don't want to jinx anything. You feel what I'm saying?
Fuck it, there we go.
But like, I'm telling you that we will prevail over the East, though. I'm telling you that.
I think James Harden is gonna rock the boat, man. Like, him and his camp are pretending like they're not going to, but first of all, I just, like, you've never not. And second of all, that was a real desperate heave we saw that. Like, that Daryl Morey's a liar, and I'm like, oh, that bullshit, bro. Yeah, I don't see him being a happy camper, and I just don't see him separating it. But we're getting all the reports that, like, the teammates are like, nah, he's being cool, and, you know what I mean, he's trying to separate, and I'm just like, Daryl Morey is petty. I don't know if you can afford to be a good soldier with him. I mean, he will keep your ass past the deadline and just be like, well, I guess we got to try to compete. Like, I think if there's anybody in the league,
but I truly think that he is shopping him, though. You know what I'm saying? But
he is, but if he doesn't get a deal he likes,
yeah,
and you give him the ability to be like, well, what's the worst that could happen if I don't? Like, I think James Harden is gonna be like, I think if it's looking shaky about him getting traded, I think he's gonna wild the fuck out.
I think for his sake, he shouldn't do that.
He might put out a sex tape.
Nah, that's the end of his NBA career.
Yeah, no.
It's over after that.
He's gotta apologize.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because just like what KG was saying on his pod the other day, he was like, you could wiggle yourself out a little one or two times, but you know you don't got unlimited wiggles, my nigga. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
but Jamal Murray,
there's only but so much times he can do what he did.
I ain't shitting on him. I'm just saying Jamal Murray accidentally uploaded a video of himself getting top.
All right, you know what I'm saying? I feel that, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this motherfucker Harden trying to get himself out of another contract. Oh no, not another contract, but another team that he committed to. You feel what I'm saying? And he wanted to go there. Like, you know what I mean? This is at the top of his list from when he first left Houston. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the way how it just falls apart the way it did so quickly, and you're just ready to just jump ship the way you are. It's just
is he not always?
Nowadays, yeah.
Shit, word on the street, he wanted to go back to Houston, but we not going.
Yeah, Ime and them boys don't need no one them over there.
Yeah, that was before Ime got there, I think. But we don't we don't shake trees. We'll let James Harden do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ben Simmons hype train time again.
Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
Aren't you excited, bro?
Honestly, Caleb
Your
has got
guy is suiting up.
Caleb's got me pretty hyped. Right?
Fully healthy.
Brooklyn Nets cast has been posting a lot of great shit.
Shout out to
really
them.
Supportive shit, especially about Ben Simmons, and it's just like, okay, but footage is fleeting. I think by the time this podcast comes out, many of you will have seen a Brooklyn Nets preseason game, depending on what time you're listening to it. But I'm hearing all the things. He's back to being a top 3 fastest guy on the team. It's going to be crazy having a 6'10" point of attack defender. He's going to be playing a point guard again. And I'm just like, okay, so Ben Simmons is 100%. He's back. He's as athletic and as fast and as freakish as he's been his entire career. And he's about to be a 6'10" Jason Kidd like we've been waiting for him to be for his whole career. Okay.
You don't sound too excited.
This is an exciting prospect.
You don't sound like,
This is an exciting prospect, but
you don't sound like you believe that.
No, I am on some wait and see shit. 110%. Because it's not like we're getting mountains of footage of Ben Simmons doing incredible shit. Or incredible workouts or any of that. So I'm just getting what I've always gotten, which is like, yo, he's better, he's good. Like, okay. And granted, I want to be honest. Like, listen, being hurt is being hurt. Bro had injuries, bro had all type of shit going on. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying we're getting really, really, really excited. And like, fine. I like being excited. I'm a Nets fan. Like, let's fucking do it. I want to be excited. Let's have a good year. Let's shock them. You know what I mean? Let's fucking shock them. But you got to show me.
He got to show you.
We coming out of the wreckage. And
what
honestly.
What more do you want from him? What more do you want from him? Huh?
I mean, 65 games would be nice, but I'm not even trying to. No, 60. If you ask, and I happen to know what I want from him, so 65 games would be nice. And
50 games, he give you 20 and 10, 5 assists.
50 games, all right, man.
20, 10, 5 assists. Y'all finish 4th seed.
Can I get 20, 10, and 8? If I'm only getting 50 games, can I get 20, 10, and 8?
You can ask for more assists.
Or can I get?
It's crazy.
Why
you hear that?
Why I can't get 20?
You're not just gonna take that high.
He's the point guard. You talking about 5? You lowballing, bro.
I'm just saying.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
You talking about some 5? He's a starting point guard. Okay. Pass first.
All right.
He's a starting pass first point guard.
20 though. He giving you 20 points. He's scoring.
He's 6'10" and hella athletic.
He don't be scoring. He don't be scoring that.
All right, but lately. Whoa! But I need.
So for him to average 20,
5 assists is crazy.
For him to average 20, he's obviously taking a lot more of the shots.
But for Ben Simmons not to be a scorer and to average 5 assists on this, like, it's just, come on. I'm not, and I don't even want to put that pressure on him. Like, oh, he's got to get 10, 11 assists a game. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Like, we know what the deal is with him. We know what the expectations are for him, and we know what makes him a special, unique player. Mm-hmm. And they're saying the ball's going to be in his hands all the fucking time. Is he a great playmaker for others or not?
He should be.
All right, so then, like, I don't know what this 5 assist talk is. I just think a player like him, if he's as great as creating for others as he is, and if he's going to have the keys like he's supposed to have this season, I'm going to need 6'7" to those, right? You're just going to happen upon those, the type of player he is in transition as well, right? Like, this is 6'10" Jason Kidd, 6'10" Lonzo Ball, right? This is what we're, like, come on. Like, what are we doing? I don't know what we're doing sometimes.
Okay.
Just saying.
I'm just saying you should be a little bit more excited.
I'm hella excited. If he's about to come. If Ben Simmons is who he's supposed to be, we know he ain't gonna take no jumpers. It's over with. But if he can be who he's supposed to be outside of that, we're gonna be excited to watch. And I'm all for being excited to watch. I am. It's kind of all we got right now.
Right.
Like, this is fun. We're kind of back to the times of D'Angelo Russell, where it's like the stakes are so fucking low that we can just be an exciting fucking team and do some of the right things and generate a good amount of hype and and have fun. Have fun until we're good. It's not like the Celtics are gonna win a championship or anything. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not like we're
You guys don't know anything about.
We
that
got time
or at all.
Relax. We was better than y'all for like the last 2 years, but that's not important.
What?
We wasn't better than y'all when we didn't have the guys no more. When we had the guys, we better than y'all. Stop. It's not important. It's not important.
Do you remember a sweep happening? Because I remember that. Kevin Durant was on the floor all 4 games.
Okay, maybe we weren't better than y'all.
All 4 games.
Maybe we weren't better than y'all 2 years. But you know what? Fuck the Celtics.
I'm just saying.
Fuck the Celtics.
I'm just saying.
This is why you'll never have as much goodwill as us. Because no one wants to see you guys win. Mm-hmm. Because no one wants to have to hear you guys after you win. 1 championship in 40 years, and everyone treats you guys like you're the fucking shit. And I don't like it.
It's because we are.
No, 1 championship in 40 fucking years.
We are really well put together.
Y'all get treated like y'all have won mad championships in the past 40 years. And
we are a really well put together basketball team who we had to give away a few pieces for that I'm still upset about. But we are extremely well versed team.
Who the fuck could you be upset about?
We're tall.
Who are you? No, I'm gonna make you say it. Who are you upset about losing?
What?
Who are you upset about losing? No, it's not.
Is that rhetorical, bro?
Who are you upset about losing?
What are you talking about?
Say it.
Marcus fucking Smart.
You have Drew Holiday now,
bro. Listen,
no, stop fucking bullshit.
Like I said, Marcus Smart.
No, stop this.
And Robert Williams.
You don't give a fuck about Marcus Smart, bro.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about Marcus
Why?
Smart.
You have Drew Holiday now.
Yo, all the listeners can go back to every single episode, and they know Marcus Smart is my boy.
But my question is, why do you give a fuck about losing him if you have Drew Holiday now?
What do you mean?
It was worth it. You did what you had to do. You got better now. So what's the point?
He was one of the best glue guys. Depoy.
We don't need glue. We need to win. We need win.
Okay.
Wins. Fuck glue.
It translated into
fuck
wins.
glue.
It translated into wins. We were a successful
Drew
team.
Holiday on Steph Curry is alright. We'll take that.
You said what?
Drew Holiday on Steph Curry will take. Marcus Smart on Steph Curry didn't work.
How did it work?
I'm just talking shit.
Yeah. You are.
Shout out to Steph though. Marcus Smart don't know nothing about that.
Don't know nothing about what?
Being great. But anyway, what? The man not great.
Wow.
He's
about to make the Grizzlies really good. And by the way, with him on the team now, and them getting their 2 big guys back, they're actually projected to get the most wins.
And Marcus Smart
in the West Coast right now.
Like, let me take the let me not be as clownish and just say Marcus Smart is a really good defender. So I think it's not like I know I talk a lot of shit. I don't think having Marcus Smart on your team is a negative. I think it's a positive. But the Grizzlies are shaping up to be pretty good. They got Derrick Rose in there, and Derrick Rose was at the press conference talking about he's not here to babysit John Morant and shit.
Right. As he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Derrick Rose has found his fucking voice, man.
Yeah.
He's talking all the time.
And he gets to put, I don't know if it's, an end to this year or whatever, but he gets to potentially end where he started it all. You know what I mean? Like he started collegiately. He started in Memphis.
Shit, that didn't end great. Stripped him of his championship and shit, right?
Huh?
That didn't end great. They stripped him of his championship and shit, right? Said he cheated on a SAT or something. Cheated on something, one of them tests. Right. They said, and they voided all Memphis' wins that season and shit. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I didn't even hear that, but that's crazy.
Ain't it?
Damn. Well, I guess it's still special to him because, being in Memphis, I would hope that it does mean a lot still. And
who knows? He might be mad at them for that. I don't know. I really don't have any. I haven't done any research other than to just know. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how. I haven't checked out what he said about it. I haven't checked out what. Because I think it was the NCAA. It wasn't Memphis that
Yeah.
Like, it was the NCAA that came down. Like, I don't know if it...
they probably did it through the university though. Like the university had to be the one to kind of give him the ruling, but it came from
Nah, those rulings come from the NCAA. The university doesn't even have to, and he wasn't there anymore. Like, I don't think Derrick Rose spent more than a year at Memphis. So, like, I think, like, by the time that happened, he was about to get drafted.
Yeah.
Or it might have happened a year or two after. I don't know. Like, but at the same time, I don't think it affected him really in any way. Like, if he wanted to, he could just be like, "Oh, word, okay."
Yeah, NCAA is a real unforgiving entity. Them boys.
And, like, once you make it to the NBA, like, yeah, like, it's fucked up. That college shit probably meant a lot to him. Like, it's fucked up that it doesn't count. But
yeah,
it's like, even if they say, no, God, he still did it, nigga. Like, I don't know. The highlights exist. Like, what the fuck do you want? I played in the game. I played in the championship game and I won. I don't know what you want me to say. I can't not have that memory. The confetti still went off. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened after you win the championship still happened. Like, it's over with. Like, celebration, the whole nine. Like, so.
Speaking of championships, WNBA, man. WNBA championship, brother. How you feel about it, bro?
This is like a very, very... This one is like... This championship in the WNBA exists like on this third rail because I think there's this side that's really, really pushing for Aja Wilson, especially feels like she's facing like some difficulties being an African-American player who should be the face of the league and maybe is not getting certain opportunities that other players are getting or that she was robbed of the MVP this year or whatever have you. And you have Breanna Stewart, who is like white and kind of symbolizes some of the opportunities that have been taken from Asia, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Sabrina. And you have Sabrina, who has sort of just come to kind of symbolize white people in black spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Becoming the faces of those black spaces and taking advantage of their whiteness and how transient it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. It just seems like Sabrina High School is kind of just like doing her thing. And she's like, listen, I am not a spokesperson for black people. Like, I am not somebody whose platform exists to platform the black women I work with.
Right.
I don't think she does anything to undermine them, but I also just think that like maybe her life mission is not to do that. And there are people that are very upset about it. And that's fine. I'm not here to talk about the veracity of their being upset. I don't know. Right? I don't have a strong opinion. I have not done enough research into what these people are talking about to say whether or not I feel like it has.
And
merit.
to be honest, she shouldn't care. Like it's not like this is a topic that's completely out of her control. You know what I mean? Like she's just showing up and going to work. You know
and she's she's hella marketable. Is her marketability tied to her being white? Probably. Like, and is that something we should discuss? I don't see why not. Right? But I just I think I don't, I want to be sensitive to it because it probably, like, if I feel like if it was a similar situation in the NBA, maybe I would be upset, right? Like if you felt like somebody missed out on an award because of race, right? But just knowing the politics of sports, like, does race have something to do with it? Maybe. But also, like, I know people get fucked over all the time, and sometimes it is tied to the marketability of another player that is tied to race. And perhaps the WNBA can be the league that figures out a real way to police that. I just don't know. I know that we should point it out when we see it. Mm-hmm. And if people who are paying closer attention to the WNBA award races and stuff like that than we are, if they see it and they call attention to it, then who am I? Right? I guess I just have to pay more attention and see if I can see what they're seeing or see if I disagree.
Yeah.
But listen, Age is phenomenal. Everybody knows that. Like she's phenomenal, but Breanna Stewart's phenomenal as well, right? And even this year, we saw Joel Embiid win the MVP over Nikola Jokic, and it was like a lot of people felt like it should have been that way, right? And even I think
you was one of them. You was one of the people that felt a three-peat was in order.
Yeah, but I also feel like sometimes the person that maybe should have clearly won doesn't win. But if the other person is played at an MVP level, it's not like it is what it is,
It's
man.
not crazy to give it to him.
It is what it is. But like, listen, if it is tied to race more heavily than that, then I understand. Then obviously, I would have to.
Do you think that that's part of the reason why they whooped our ass like the way they did today?
I think they're very motivated. I think that team is very motivated to beat the Liberty.
Yeah.
So the Liberty have to find that motivation within themselves to combat that, and it has to be equal to or greater to, or this is going to be a long fucking day series, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. It's going to be different because them
might be a sweep if they played like they played today, and although Sabrina being like the top player she was putting up some bullshit. In that game one, she was putting up some absolute garbage. Was hitting all backboard, airballing from the three, and I'm like, yo, she's just throwing it. She's just throwing them bitches. Like what the fuck is going on right now? Like we're not even trying to get a good look at the basket. You feel what I'm saying? So, but that I think goes to show how good the Aces defend. You know what I mean? And with Asia Wilson being the anchor of that defense, you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely caught a couple of the blocks that she she tallied up. And
she's different.
Yeah, man, like the Aces are looking unstoppable, bro. Like I'm really rooting for the Liberty. That's like my only New York team I'm really jacking for real, but
yeah, it might be cooked.
The
Aces are motivated, it might be their time. Man. So
they are playing on a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah, and they got something to prove specifically against some of those players on the Liberty. So
yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I want to root for the Liberty, but I kind of like the Aces better. I don't know what to do.
Of course you do, bro. Fucking course you do.
No, like for real, like the Liberty are really good, and a New York team. But
we got to steal one in on
the Aces have kind of been winning our hearts for a few years now, right? Like we're familiar with the core. We know these girls. Like we've seen them accomplish things. We've rooted for them in certain situations. We've seen like Liz Camp-Page help their profile a lot and stuff like that. And then just like Asia Wilson, obviously being like arguably the best player in the fucking league. Like we've just had time to grow with them. This Liberty thing just kind of got thrown together. Sabby's new on the scene. Brandon Stewart's a new addition. Shout out to Jaquel Jones and Betnaz Laney and a lot of the other girls on that team. Like, shout out to a lot of other girls on that Liberty team. But like, it's just like, they're giving this like big bad juggernaut form to take down the league kind of vibe, which is fun to watch sometimes. But it feels like they're more of the villain for some reason.
Talking about the Aces?
Yeah, no, the Liberty.
Oh, the Liberty,
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe it's like, it's not for some reason, it's for the reasons that I spoke about just now, but I don't know. Next, I think that this next upcoming WNBA season, I think we do gotta maybe try to cover it. No, I just mean like maybe we gotta cover it more extensively too. Yeah, I mean, make sure to catch more games than we caught last year and talk about more.
Yeah.
Because I want to start paying attention to some of this stuff. I want to know, because I feel like I'm so inundated and there's such a wellspring of access to information for a lot of the nuances of NBA life and NBA talk and information and data and just the political side, the socio-political side of the game. Right. Well, I think with the WNBA, it's probably a wellspring of that too. And I'm interested in basketball, and I'm interested in all the mechanisms that come with basketball. So,
got anything else on the docket for him?
Hell no.
About to get up out of here?
Indeed.
Yep. Another episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are the Sultan Nets Podcast.
Stay with us, don't motherfucking play with us.
You're done.